In the vastness of the cosmos, where stars are born and die in silent grandeur, there exists a force more powerful than the gravity that binds galaxies, the human will. I have lived a life confined to a chair, my body a mere whisper of what it once was, yet my mind has roamed the edges of black holes, danced with the equations of time, and touched the infinite. And I tell you now, the greatest discovery I have made is not in the stars, but in the discipline that shapes a life. Discipline is not a chain, it is the key that unlocks your potential, the spark that ignites your purpose, the compass that guides you through the chaos of existence. To discipline yourself is to declare that you are more than your fears, more than your doubts, more than the weight of a universe that seeks to pull you down. It is to stand, even when your legs cannot, and say, I will shape my destiny. Consider the universe itself. It is not a place of ease or comfort. It is a crucible of fire and ice, of creation and destruction. Stars collapse under their own weight, yet in their depth, they forge the elements that give rise to life. You, too, are forged in struggle. You are not here to drift through life, carried by the currents of circumstance. You are here to fight, to carve meaning from the raw material of your days. But this fight begins with a single choice, to impose order upon your chaos. Discipline is that choice. It is waking before the dawn, not because you must, but because you know that every moment you claim is a moment you own. It is choosing the hard path, the one that demands effort, sacrifice and courage, because you understand that ease is the enemy of growth. I have known limitations that would crush most souls. My body betrayed me, yet I refused to let it define me. When the world told me I could not speak, I found a voice that reached millions. When my hands could no longer write equations, my mind painted them across the cosmos. Each step was a battle, each word a victory. But these victories were not won by chance. They were won through discipline, the discipline to keep learning, to keep questioning, to keep pushing when every fiber of my being screamed to stop. You, too, face your own battles. Perhaps it is a job that suffocates your spirit, a dream you've buried under the weight of responsibility, or a fear that whispers you are not enough. I tell you now, you are enough, but only if you choose to act. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you can become. It is the refusal to let your circumstances write your story. Do not mistake discipline for punishment. It is not about denying yourself joy or chaining yourself to routine. It is about freedom, the freedom to choose your path, to rise above the noise of doubt, to create a life that echoes with purpose. When I explored the mysteries of black holes, I did not do so because it was easy. I did so because it was necessary. The questions burned within me, and I could not rest until I sought their answers. What burns within you? What question, what dream, what spark refuses to be extinguished? That is your call. Discipline is the act of answering it, day after day, step by step. Even when the path is steep and the end unseen. It is writing one page when you dream of a book, running 1 mile when you aim for a marathon, learning one skill when you aspire to mastery. Small steps, taken consistently, will carry you farther than you can imagine. Life is not kind, it is a storm of uncertainty, a collision of forces beyond your control. You will face loss, failure, and moments when the universe seems to conspire against you. I have known such moments. When my body began to fail, when every breath was a struggle, I could have surrendered to despair. But despair is a choice, and I chose otherwise. I chose to focus on what I could control: my thoughts, my work, my will. Discipline gave me the strength to endure. It taught me to shorten my horizon when the future seemed too vast to bear. Some days, I could not think of tomorrow, only of the next hour, the next minute. And in that narrowed focus, I found clarity. You, too, can find clarity in the storm. When life overwhelms you, shrink your world to what you can grasp. Do the next right thing. Make your bed. Write one sentence. Take one breath. These are not small acts. They are acts of defiance against chaos. The universe does not care about your fears, but it respects your resolve. Consider the stars. They burn for billions of years, not because they are fearless, but because they are relentless. You too must be relentless. Fear is not your enemy, inaction is. To stay where you are, miserable and unfulfilled, is to pay a price far greater than the risk of change. If you are trapped in a job that kills your soul, do not walk away recklessly. Discipline demands strategy. Update your skills, refine your resume, face the discomfort of interviews. These are not glamorous tasks, but they are necessary. They are the bricks you lay to build a new path. And if you have responsibilities, a family, a mortgage, a life you cannot abandon, discipline is not abandoning them. It is honoring them by becoming the best version of yourself. The version that can carry those burdens with strength and grace. There is no shortcut to a meaningful life. Happiness is fleeting, a shadow that dances and fades. Meaning, however, is a flame you can tend. It is found in the pursuit of what matters, even when it demands sacrifice. I have sacrificed much time, comfort, the simple joys others take for granted, but in that sacrifice, I found purpose. I found it in the equations that unraveled the universe's secrets, in the words that inspired others to look upward, in the quiet moments when I refused to let my limitations define me. Your sacrifices will be different, but they are no less noble. Perhaps you must give up the comfort of the familiar, the safety of the known, the ease of staying still. Do it. The pain of sacrifice is temporary. The pain of regret is eternal. Discipline is not just about action, it is about thought. You must discipline your mind to see the world clearly, to reject the lies you tell yourself. You are not too old, too broken, or too burdened to change. You are not your past mistakes. You are the force that can rise above them. When I was told I had only years to live, I could have believed it. Instead, I chose to see each day as a gift, a chance to learn, to create, to love. Discipline your thoughts to focus on what is possible, not what is lost. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to the unreachable ideals of others. If you are better today than you were yesterday, even by a fraction, you are winning. That is the only victory that matters. The world is full of beauty, but it is also full of tragedy. I have seen both. I have seen the elegance of a universe governed by laws we can glimpse but never fully grasp. I have also seen the cruelty of a body that fails, the weight of dreams deferred, the silence of questions unanswered. Yet I tell you this, beauty is worth seeking, even in the darkest moments. When life is at its heaviest, look for the spark, the kind word, the fleeting sunrise, the small act of courage. Discipline yourself to notice these things. They are the threads that weave meaning into the fabric of your life. They are the proof that you are stronger than you know. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be better. Each day, you have the chance to transcend your flaws, to let go of what holds you back, to become more than you were. This is not a race against others, it is a journey within. Discipline is your guide, your strength, your rebellion against a world that would keep you small. I have lived a life that others might call impossible, yet I am here, speaking to you from the edge of the cosmos. If I can defy the odds, so can you. Start where you stand. Take the smallest step. Discipline yourself, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Because you are necessary. Because the universe, in all its vastness, is waiting for you to shine.